Well, good morning everyone, and welcome to this R9 launch video. It's been a bit of a chaotic start. We're supposed to be in Jerez, but now we're in Seville due to some severe weather issues. But amazingly, Yamaha have pulled it out the bag and organised a track up the road. Yeah, it should be a good one, this. It's one of the most anticipated bikes of 2025. I know you guys are all dying to hear how it rides. I mean, every video we've put out on this bike has done super well. So the interest is there, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a bit of a banger. So this is said R9. This is the blue, comes in blue and the black. I think I prefer the black one, but the blue one comes up better on camera. So we'll just do a bit of a ride by of this. We got Brembo Stylimer calipers. These forks are from the R1, the new R1. In fact, the new race R1. We've got an emotive triple motor. This is the tried and tested CP3. We've got a stiffer chassis. We've got a 50-50 weight distribution. We've got aero. We've got all the tech and gizmos from the outgoing R1. And yeah, by all accounts, this should be a dream to ride. I'll actually just show you the black one quickly. Just slip it in there so you can make your own color choices. What would you go for, black or blue? We're on the RS11 road tire. This is the OE tire that comes with this bike. And actually, because of the damp conditions and cool conditions, that's probably going to be a good thing. So finally, it's been 3 days trying to organize spinning a wheel on this bike. So let's jump aboard and navigate ourselves around this slightly damp track, but that's better than no track. I'll take that all day, and we'll see where we get to. All right, bye.
Thank you. Right, this is my steed for the day. Well, the morning, till it starts raining. Let's get on it. So this is set up, oh, that's horrible. This is set up in road shift. I'm actually quite looking forward to this. It's such a shame about the weather, but there we go. There's nothing you can do about it. So let's imagine it's a speed limit free road test, I think is probably the best way of imagining this. Very smooth initial application of throttle here. Almost too smooth. Oh, it's in power 4. That's like absolute wetty mode. Sounds nice. Oh, me. Got no idea where I'm going here. How do I change the power? R3. I can't. I don't know where the I mean, this is just ridiculous. I've got no idea where I'm going. Okay, well, at least we got the group. Why can't I change the power? There we go, 2, that'll do. No idea, no idea, no idea. So just as a heads up, all the guys in front were here last week on the V2 launch. Oh no, I've still got no idea, no idea. Oh, it. Keep running out of revs. Okay, let's get to learn this track, because I can't concentrate on all this shit that's going on at the moment. Brakes are good. ABS has been turned off, I believe. Bit damp through there. Doesn't have much guts down low. Traffic ahead. I mean, to be fair, it's actually very easy to ride. I mean, thank God it's a user-friendly experience here, because I say less pace straight out the box, but not knowing where you're going. Every corner is blind, and it's not that easy. Where's my gear indicators? On the top. Okay. Come on, Bobby. The motor's lovely. Oh, I'm losing touch with my group. Come on, Baba. Ah, rev limiter. What an assault on the senses. Gotta make sure it's in the right gear. Doesn't quite have that top end rush, but it's a beautifully smooth motor to ride. The whole chassis is very compliant. It's not small, it doesn't feel like a small bike. It feels just like a lower revving R1. Too narrow, he screwed it. No idea where it goes. Doesn't feel overwhelmingly light in terms of turn-in chassis. It's still got some weight behind it. It's not R7 flickable, but also, to be fair to Yamaha, they arrived this morning, so they haven't had time to set up the bike. Normally on a launch like this, they'd have been out here for days. Oh, f it. They'll be out here for days, testing everything. He's been done by Michael. Oh, he almost did it back. This will be good actually. I'll follow a bit of Neves. He knows what he's doing. Ooh. Yes, that's better. Oh, he almost had him. It's a lot easier to follow someone. Blessed old Michael. I think he just did that so he could get a couple of laps around to figure out where the hell I'm going. Okay, well, that was it, first session out. I mean, hard to say really, because I tell you, if you've never been around this circuit before, it's brilliant, but wow, is it a complete unknown. Thank God I was on such an easy to ride bike. Yeah, I mean, traction control 8, slide control, I mean, it's all on. Whoever rode this bike before is a wetty. I think next session will be more telling, but ultimately, that was great. Very good. Let's compose and think.
Well, that was quite intense. I'm not going to lie. The pace of that outlap, that was one of the fastest. Hey everyone, let's learn the track. That's the fastest learn the track lap I've ever done. Anyway, excuses aside, and I will just caveat this with, it's difficult to focus on what the bike's doing when you don't know what's happening ahead of you at 150 mile an hour and what's coming up, because your life is in danger. So to communicate things whilst traveling is quite difficult. However, I'm so glad I was on a bike like that then. The comfort it gave me. Bear in mind, this isn't on slicks. I know it's a bit damp, so we wouldn't be on slicks anyway, but fully road spec pretty much. They defused the ABS. I think that would have been a bit of a problem if the ABS was active. But what a compliant, lovely chassis. It felt really super easy to ride. And in the press conference yesterday, Yamaha were talking about how, let's get the bikes in the background, how wide they've made the user segment for this bike. So this could be for people just getting into sports bikes or people coming down from super bikes. And it's about a fun, enjoyable ride. And once you know where you're going, it is super fun and enjoyable. I would have liked a little more top end rush, but I think that might be the mode. Again, the bike was set up, I tried to do it on the fly, so I need to go through the modes again, but I think it was set up in like wet mode, everything traction heavily on and all that sort of stuff. So I think when you release that, the bike will get it'll feel much more alive. It felt a little bit flat, but I think that's because of the modes. I think when you get into the bike, it will liven up. But yeah, it's really nice and easy, stable, very, very stable. It's not the lightest of bikes. It didn't feel that flickable. It didn't feel that dynamic. But again, put a set of slicks on that with a taller profile, it'll drop in much quicker. So that initial turn-in it's not sharp, but I think as a wide user range, that's probably going to be beneficial for a wider audience. And if you want a sharper turn in, you'll be able to rectify that with all the mods and stuff that you want to do. The motor, super smooth, lovely to ride, sounds great, lovely induction noise, emotive. Yeah, throttle connection is lovely. They've done some work on this actually. That's the only real change from the MT-09 motor. They've softened out and worked on the throttle mapping. Again, I think put an exhaust on this, the power would be released. But whether you really want that much more power or not, I think I would go for a bit more of a sharper feeling bike in the next session. Again, it's a shame we don't have slicks and some hot, sunny, sticky tarmac, but yeah, very impressive considering that was an absolute brain missile of information coming at me when we've been sitting around for 3 days, not knowing if we're going to ride the bike. Finally rode it, and yeah, impressed so far. So let's fiddle with the dashboard knobblers and get in another lap before it rains.
Right, so I've managed to put it in track 1 now, so power 1, traction control 1, slide control 1, lift 1, basically everything as little interference as possible. We should have a little bit more of a lively experience, but it doesn't feel like a small bike. It feels like quite a substantial machine. And I reckon, I mean, this is 117 horsepower, and I reckon with a decent exhaust system you're going to get really good results. And I think once you've just freed it up a little bit, I think that's the liveliness. I mean, there's all sorts of EU regulations and stuff that we need to comply with, and manufacturers need to comply with, so this is it in as best they can do within those regulations. Right, let's do it. Oh, that's much better. Oh my god, right. The motor is so much better in this mode, I can't tell you. Right, this is going to be cold tyres, but oh, that is so much better. Well, at least the modes do something then. Oh yes. The initial throttle application in mode 1, it's got so much more. Before it felt a little bit flat, well, easy to ride, which I suppose probably wasn't a bad thing. But this is so much better. Yes. Oh, the initial pickup. Maybe even too much. I might actually turn it down a bit. Brakes have definitely got power, but not a lot of feel. But that seems to be the same with a lot of Japanese brake systems. This feels like a different bike now the mode's set. Okay, past the first bollard, second bollard, brake. Still go a bit deeper, okay. One knobble at a time. Lovely! Turn it in too early. That's a lovely section of track. This is a proper weapon. Beautiful flowing corner speed machine. Could have cut that. I was being too FIM. This is a tricky one. Why is it so difficult? Oh, well done Yamaha, this is absolutely delight to ride. Let's just go around the outside of this, geez. What are you doing? Do you know what, I think this is a better track choice for this bike than Jerez. It makes smaller tracks so much more fun. Slipper clutch is good. I was down into first by accident and it tidied it up. Lovely. Lovely. Don't need to go to first there. This one's very scary. Oh, that cone's there, very useful. Boink. Short shift before putting on its side. This is in road gear shift pattern. Not ideal for this circuit. Oh, yeah! Lost a few tenths through there. Do you know what? I think this is almost the perfect spread of power for everyone to enjoy their track days. You don't have to go to sodding great GP tracks to have fun. You've got cheap thrills all over the shop with this. 12.5 grand this is for a premium Japanese bike. That is a very good deal. Come on, get it turned in, get it turned in, that's it. Yes! Oh, bit of damp there. Oh, he's on the right lines. Keep it pinned, be brave, be brave! You said brave! Keep it in second, keep it in second. Drive! Up to third. Turn it in. Can't see anything. Trust. The racetrack is still there. There it is. All the way up. Go a bit deeper. Get a better exit. That's it. Oh, bit of slide. Woohoo! Oh, I am loving this. I am loving this. Oh, he's gone too early there. Watch out for that bit of rumble strip. Let's see why it's there. Still go a bit faster through there. Oh, who's that? It's Manzi! It's Manzi! Oh, he's done him! Oh, what a dream! Come on, he's got a toe on him, come on! Oh, I've been out Manzi by Manzi. Go on! Look at how smooth he rides. Whoa, bit of slide! So Manzi, he's riding the R9 in World Supersport this year. He's just won his first race with the bike and he's leading the championship, and now he's wobbling around with me. Oh, I've gone too deep. Oh, he's done me. Look at that. Checkered flag. Woo! I needed that, honestly, after being stuck in a hotel for 3 days doing nothing, dreaming about riding this bike, and it's delivered. I don't care if you've got a willy waving R1 or super bike. The level of fun you're going to get out of this, which you can probably hear in my voice, to be fair, is oh, he's off. Is next level. I actually think the motor's perfect now. I actually don't want any more power than this. Oh, we've got some rain. Actually, I think this is fine. I think this is absolutely fine. I think it's better than fine. It's perfect because it encourages you to open the throttle more. You want more of it, and that's what you should want, rather than trying to wrestle. But I'm sure some of you are really good riders and you can hustle a super bike around a circuit and be all amazing, but a lot of us aren't, let's face it. And what this bike does is it gives you a really nice comfort blanket of, you can have this much power and you can wring the neck of it, and with the electronics, all that stuff from the R1 pretty much slightly fiddled with, it's a very good bike. Yes, well done.
Wow, okay, what a difference some electronic settings make. That was like a different bike. This is why you need to test it. You need to play with the buttons, you need to have a fiddle, because In the lower power modes, it's fine, it's user-friendly, and for a beginner rider or someone just getting into track days, brilliant. It's going to hold your hand and it's fantastic. The throttle application in mode 1 is so much more positive. There's no mechanical changes from session 1 to session 2, and the bike felt completely different in such a good way. And I mean, you can probably hear from the onboard if it recorded properly, but I was having the time of my life out there, and this is a scary old track, and it was fantastic. Honestly, I loved it. I thought the brakes were good, not as much bite and direct feel as I'd like, but again, I think with a pad tune and stuff like that, you could get it to be how you want it to be, and you can tune it to yourself. And I think that is almost the story of this bike. It's a very wide-ranging, usable package that if you're new into track days or road riding, this would apply to as well. And you want a really solid base product, this is a great bike for you. If you want to come to track days and you're a bit quicker and you want some more support, you want some more power, you put an exhaust on it, you put some fork cartridges in it, you do what you want to it. And it'll be an absolute riot to ride. Yeah, I can't wait to go out again, to be honest. I mean, I don't know if this is going to carry on raining, but I honestly, for 12 grand, I'm very impressed. Obviously, we can talk about subjective stuff like looks and brand value and all that shit, but when it comes down to it, I was speaking to some of the guys that are on the V2 launch here. It's not that far off in terms of a pace, and that was on slicks. They had setup time, so they're very comparable machines, and it just seems like a really good deal, this. No wonder why they've effectively sold out the bikes. They can't make enough of them, the R9. And an interesting anecdotal story, I guess. So the last year of production of the R1, this bike is not a replacement for the R1. It's a replacement for the R6. It's not a replacement for the R1. And the internet's alive with like, oh, it's not an R1. I'll buy a 2012 R1, get more power. Fine, whatever, but you're comparing new to old. Anyway, I can see why Yamaha have gone in this direction of this, developing the supersports. The last year of production, the last time you could buy a brand new R1 in the UK, they sold under 200 for the whole year. And they've already, I think the allocation for the UK this year was 500 R9s, and they're already outsold, and that just tells you where the market is. So I understand why Yamaha have gone this direction, because ultimately, whether you like it or not, or whether I like it or not, these are the bikes that are selling. I used to feel a little bit depressed about that statistic, but now I've enjoyed that so much that I'm actually really quite positive about the future, which is unlike me. Brilliant base package, tunable to how you want it, and customizable to the bike you want to ride. And I think this year, so it's only running in World Supersport this year, it's not in the national, British championships. They're developing the GYTR parts catalogue this year, so next year there'll be even more options available for you to create your dream bike, if you can find one. Thine dotheth, thine tippest of hatteth to you, Yamaha. Well done. Love it. Right, let's get some wets on. So it's raining outside, so I just thought I'd come and have a quick look at the GYTR spec bike. This is the one that Manzi was just on. Let's see what goodies we've got. Stylomer brakes, Öhlins forks, GYTR discs, wheels are the same. Oh, all sorts of fancy blingery on the clip-ons. Brake span adjuster, what's that? Brembo RCS, Öhlins up in the rear, VO2 slicks. I bet this is an absolute weapon round here. Full Acra system, GYTR foot pegs. That bike is all you need. You don't need 200 brake horsepower, I promise you. I promise you. That will be way more fun. Lovely stuff. And just quickly, the Supersport's been rolled in out of the rain. So there's a different fork on there. Calipers are the same. We've got potentiometers, top clamp, dash. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'd love to have a go on that. Beautiful. Looks like Batman's bike. Well guys, if you can hear me over my squeaky boots, In fact, I'm going to shut the harness, not walking. That's all she wrote, I'm afraid. The heavens have decided to perpetually open, and that's it for today. So we only really got one sort of warm-up session and then one full session, which is a shame because I tell you, I was really enjoying that ride and that bike. But yeah, I just wanted to keep riding it because it's so, honestly, it's so fun. And it's a breath of fresh air, really. And I know lots of people are developing super sport, new category super sport bikes. Well, they are super sport, I don't know why I'm doing that. But I as much as I love a big willy-waving R1, do you know what? If I had the choice lined up with an R1 here and that R9, particularly the GYTR spec one, I'd choose that. I'd choose the smaller capacity bike. It's just more fun. But at least we actually got to ride it. And yeah, again, props to Yamaha for even managing to get us out on a bike on a track is a massive achievement. So well done to them. So yeah, we'll try and get hold of another one and do a bit more of an in-depth test. But my initial thoughts are, it's a super friendly bike, really wide range of usability, and I've said that a lot. Novices can get on with this bike, pro riders can get on with this bike with a few tweaks, and it's absolutely buckets of fun. It's always good to leave wanting more, put it that way. I'm going off to Budget Bike Battle now and meet Al in Madrid. It's raining. It's going to be fun. Bye.